Hello, this is Miss Yosa's 5th grade class, and today we are starting a new unit. Today we are starting transitional phrases, and we are going to include in our writing, which is what we're starting today, we are going to include family and adventure. And we're going to write a 3-page story including adventure, family, and transitional phrases. So, to start off with, Kirk, what's your definition of family?
Family's anyone you really care about.
Good answer. Okay, what about adventure? What do you think adventure means?
When I think adventure, I think, dragons, maybe? Towers and swords and stuff.
Good answer. That's another fabulous answer. Everybody has their own definitions of family and adventure. For instance, my idea of family would be friends, people who are related to me. Could also be my pets. And you have extended family, such as your students. Now, we are going to start transitional phrases, as I said earlier. A transitional phrase or word links one idea to another. So in our writing, transition words would be likewise, although, and such. Transitional phrases might be although this is here, blah 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 blah. Likewise to your definition, someone might have this. That's kind of a prepositional phrase. And this is kind of a list of those that I have made for you and for everybody in our class. A transitional word, as I said, links one idea to another. Just gonna fix that real fast. Okay, so next we're going to start our book. And today we are going to read a book, and it is called This Would Make a Really Good Story. It's about a girl, and she's in 5th grade, and she's moving into 6th grade. And she and her family go on an adventure on a train ride, and it just doesn't turn out quite what she thinks it is, and she learns for herself what she thinks adventure and family means, and it changes throughout the book. So we're going to read this book, and we've read this book now. And now, after reading this book, what is your definition of family and adventure? Have they changed? Are they the same? Write it down on your paper in your journal. Okay. So, next, we're going to, you are going to create your own story. Doesn't that sound like fun?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So, in your story, you have to include transitional phrases. You have to include a adventure somehow, and you also have to include family. Now, requirements has to be double-spaced, Times New Roman, 12-point font. Did I say 3 pages? Okay.
Mm-hmm.
So, and those are the basics. Now, you get 30 points. You get 30 points for including transitional phrases. You get 10 points for including family. And you get 10 points for including your sense of adventure. Okay. Now, you're going to ignore that happened. Now, you're going to write your paper really, really fast. Okay. He's wrote his paper. So now, after completing your thing here, you're going to now you're going to take this quiz, and it shouldn't take maybe a minute, 2 minutes. Okay. Now, for students who may not be able to read as fast, this book would have taken like probably a week. But for students who happen to have like a reading disorder or a dyslexia, we have Kindles. In our own school, we have Kindles, and we have these apps on our computers that do audiobooks, and that would have been a good use of an audiobook with read along. So that would have been good for there. He reads just fine. And that's it. And his testing, the way of testing this assignment would be to grade their compositional work, which, as stated in my lesson, is 10 points for transitions, 10 points for their including a sense of family, and 10 points for including sense of adventure, what their idea of adventure would be. And they also, I didn't mention this, but there's also 10 points for their notes during the introduction of the lesson. All right, thank you guys. Have a good week.